Hi everyone, Gemma here. Thanks for watching today. This video is project number 7 in my 14 Days of Love series. And today I'm going to be sharing a waterfall card. No specialty dyes are required for this project. So let me show you what I'm going to be using today. So I've pulled up this paper pad, the Scent with Love, and this is from CraftStash & Co, designed by Katie Skilton. You've seen me use this paper pad before. It's just a really nice collection there of pattern papers, and I really like the bright colours that it has. I'm going to be using the Creative Craft Products Ultimate Sentiments Love and Marriage stamp set. So again, I've used this in one of my previous makes, and I think I'm going to be using Be My Valentine. I've pulled up this stamp and die set from Made to Surprise, and this is from the Shutterblind collection, purely for the pull stamp, but there are other sets, and Sam also has a push me pull me stamp set as well, so that covers an array of instructions for the recipient. And then lastly, I'm going to be using the Ultimate Big Words, and this is from Paper Ink Stamp. Again, I've used this before, and I'm going to use the Love You. To create the card base, I've cut a piece of 12 by 8. Along the 12-inch side, I'm going to score at 6. For my mats and layers, I've cut this glitter cardstock to 5 3/4 by 7 3/4. This white piece to 5 1/2 by 7 1/2, and this pattern paper piece to 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So they will sit on the front of my card like so. Well, hopefully you can see that. Then for the inside, I've cut a piece of 5 3/4 by 7 3/4, and I've stamped Love You. Then to create the mechanism for the waterfall, I've cut a piece of 11 1/2 by 2 1/4. Along the 11 1/2 side, I've scored at 2 1/2, 3, 3 1/2, 4, 4 1/2, and 5. So starting at the 2 1/2 inch marker and scoring at every 1/2 inch up until 5. I've then cut a piece of 3 1/4 by 1 inch, and then for my waterfall pieces, I've cut 5 pieces of 4 by 4. Then this glitter piece, so again 5 pieces, 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And then this pattern piece, so I've cut 3 in this pattern and 2 in an alternative pattern, and they're 3 1/2 by 3 1/2, and they will sit over this plain piece like so. I'm going to do some additional decorating to these pieces, however I'll do them off camera because I want to add some photographs and I don't want to give it away to the recipient. So I think what I'll do is I'll cut my photographs to 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, so you've got this nice border and you can still see that pattern paper then. So first of all, I'm going to work on my card base. So I folded and burnished along the score line, and I'm going to attach all my pieces to the front and the inside. Once I've done that, I'll come back to you. So there's all my mats and layers attached and my card insert. So I'm going to set that to one side and let that dry. Next, I'm going to attach all these mats and layers together for my waterfall piece. So there's all my 5 pieces prepared and ready to attach to the waterfall mechanism. Next, we're going to take our mechanism piece and we're going to fold along each score line. So I'm just going to give them a burnish. Okay, so this forms the waterfall mechanism. I've already gone ahead and stamped Be My Valentine and pull, but you could be using stamped images on this instead of pattern paper and some photographs, and then you could add images on here and colour those in. You could do as I've done and add a sentiment there. It's entirely up to you. So we're going to start by attaching these pieces then onto this mechanism. So we're starting with the first 1/2 inch piece here, and I'm going to add quick grab glue all along this piece. So just in that first 1/2 inch tab, and then I'm going to place this over the top, and you want to make sure that you've got equal spacing on either side. Flip it over if you like, just to check, and then that's flush to the scored edge there. So now that that's attached, we're going to fold that over and we're going to work on the next 1/2 inch piece. So again, we're going to add quick grab glue here, and then you want to add this piece and line it up with the previous piece. So once you're happy with that, just fold it over and move on to the next one. So I'm going to go ahead now and attach the last 3 pieces. So that's all my 5 pieces attached, and as you can see, it just shows the bottom tab there with the pull. So now we've got this piece here, you're going to take this and add it onto here. So I'm going to add some quick grab glue all along the bottom here. When you're placing this piece, you want to make sure that the bottom edge marries up with the bottom edge of this, and that there's an equal sort of overhang on each side. So apologies if you can't see that because it's blue on blue, but yeah, that's what I've done there. So we'll be attaching this piece to our card, so we'll run a bit of glue along there, and that'll be held on to the card, and then you pull the mechanism and it'll move up and down like so. So I'm happy with my waterfall mechanism piece. However, I feel even though this is about a 280 GSM cardstock, I've got quite a lot of mats and layers, and I'm going to be adding an additional piece of 300 GSM on these squares here. So I've decided to cut an additional piece that measures just under 2.5 by just under 6.5, and I'm going to use it on the back here. I'm going to attach some collal glue to adhere the pieces together and help strengthen that piece. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, and I'll come back to you. Okay, so I've added that additional piece there on the back, and that just will strengthen that piece up. So as I said, we're going to run some quick grab glue along there. So you don't want too much for it to sort of ooze out and interfere with this piece here. So I've just sort of done about 1/4 inch there. And then you just want to concentrate on lining up in the center of your card. And then I'm just pushing down on those sides once I'm happy with the position. So that's my piece now attached, and you just pull the mechanism up and down, nice smooth transition. Yeah, I'm really pleased with how that's turned out. So as I said at the start of the video, I'm going to be adding some photographs on these panels. I think that this card would make a lovely addition for Mother's Day, birthday, wedding, anniversary, many occasions. I'm just going to finish off with some final decoration. So I don't want anything that will sort of come into this area and affect this piece here. So I'm going to attach those, and I'm also going to add some Nouveau drops. So I've got the vintage drops here, and I've got the chalk stick and the worn navy, and I think that'll look nice just on the corner there and the corner there. So I'll go ahead and do that now. So there we go, that's the final card. I just added the Nouveau drops on there, as I said. I placed that one and then I thought it might interfere with the mechanism, but it should be okay because it's not sort of too large, but we'll see once it's dry. So that now concludes our 14 Days of Love series. So I hope you've enjoyed the 7 projects that I've shared. I've seen that some of you are enjoying them and recreating them yourself and sharing them on our Facebook group, Gems. So if you're not a member, head over to there to check out the inspiration. If you've enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up, comment on the video, or consider subscribing to the channel. If you do subscribe, don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any future tutorials. I'll link any of the products used in today's video in the description box below. Once again, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!